Welcome to Cosmic Faith, where we uncover hidden truths about our world's past. Before we dive into today's controversial exploration of pre-flood archaeology, take a moment to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our eye-opening revelations. If you find value in today's journey, please hit that like button. It helps our message reach those searching for truth. And I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Have you encountered evidence that challenges conventional timelines? Now, let's explore the archaeological discoveries that mainstream science doesn't want you to see. Anomalous artifacts, out-of-place technology, and geological evidence point to an advanced pre-flood civilization exactly as described in Genesis. The archaeological discoveries being systematically suppressed because they contradict evolutionary timelines. Genesis chapters 4-6 describe a remarkable pre-flood world. After leaving Eden, humans quickly developed advanced civilization. By just the 7th generation from Adam, Jubal had invented musical instruments, while his brother Tubal-Cain was an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron, Genesis 4:22. This biblical account suggests a technologically advanced antediluvian, pre-flood civilization, with metallurgy, music, architecture, and other sophisticated knowledge. Genesis also records extraordinary human lifespans during this period, nearly 1,000 years, allowing for tremendous accumulation of knowledge and skill within single lifetimes. Conventional archaeology dismisses this account as mythology, but what if physical evidence of this civilization exists? Evidence that's being systematically ignored because it doesn't fit the established narrative. Before examining specific evidence, it's important to understand why such discoveries might be suppressed. The conventional archaeological timeline places the emergence of advanced human civilization around 5,000, 6,000 years ago, with earlier humans being primitive hunter-gatherers. This timeline is foundational to evolutionary theory, which requires a gradual progression from primitive to advanced. Evidence of sophisticated technology from periods when humans were supposedly primitive directly challenges this narrative. As archaeologist Virginia Steen McIntyre discovered when she dated the Hueyatlaco site in Mexico to 250,000 years ago, when humans supposedly couldn't make advanced tools, challenging the timeline can end careers. After publishing her findings, she was fired, blacklisted, and unable to get her work published. This pattern repeats across archaeology. Evidence that doesn't fit the established timeline is ignored, reinterpreted, or actively suppressed. Numerous artifacts have been discovered that suggest advanced technology existed far earlier than conventionally accepted. The Antikythera mechanism, discovered in a 2,000-year-old shipwreck, is an analog computer of astonishing complexity, with differential gears that weren't reinvented until the 16th century. How did such advanced mechanical knowledge exist in the ancient world? The Baghdad battery, a 2,000-year-old clay jar containing a copper cylinder and iron rod, produces electricity when filled with vinegar. Electroplated artifacts from the same era suggest this wasn't just a curiosity, but a technology in active use. Ancient Egyptian light bulbs, depicted in reliefs at the Hathor Temple in Dendera, show what appear to be large light-producing devices. Experiments replicating these designs have successfully produced light. These artifacts suggest that ancient civilizations possessed technological knowledge far beyond what conventional archaeology attributes to them. But even more compelling evidence exists from before recorded history. Genesis describes a global flood that would have destroyed most evidence of the pre-flood world. Remarkably, geological evidence confirms a major catastrophic boundary in Earth's rock layers. The KT boundary, Cretaceous-Tertiary, shows evidence of massive flooding, rapid sedimentation, and worldwide extinction. While conventional geology spreads these events over millions of years, the physical evidence is consistent with a single catastrophic global event. Polystrate fossils, trees that extend vertically through multiple rock layers supposedly representing millions of years, suggest these layers formed rapidly, not over vast time periods. Marine fossils on mountaintops worldwide, including perfectly preserved fish showing no signs of decay or scavenging, suggest rapid burial in catastrophic conditions, exactly what we would expect from a global flood. This geological boundary provides a dividing line between the pre-flood world and our current world. Evidence from below this boundary reveals startling findings. Genesis mentions Tubal-Cain working with bronze and iron before the flood. Conventional archaeology claims iron working began around 1200 BC, copper around 9000 BC, and that earlier humans used only stone tools. Yet in 1852, a zinc and silver alloy vase was found in rock layers dated to 600 million years old in Dorchester, Massachusetts. In 1912, a perfectly formed iron pot was discovered in coal that conventional dating places at 300 million years old. The London hammer, found in rock dated to 400 million years old, contains an iron head and wooden handle. Metallurgical analysis shows the iron is of unusually pure quality, with no bubbles or impurities, suggesting advanced smelting techniques. These findings suggest that metalworking existed far earlier than conventional archaeology admits, consistent with the Genesis account of pre-flood metallurgy. Perhaps the most controversial evidence comes from sites suggesting ancient nuclear technology. In 1972, French scientists discovered the Oklo natural nuclear reactor in Gabon. 16 areas where self-sustaining nuclear reactions occurred in uranium deposits. Conventional science claims these were natural phenomena, but the isotope ratios and precise arrangement of materials suggest deliberate engineering. In India, layers of radioactive ash have been discovered covering 3 square miles near Jodhpur, with radiation levels so high the area remains dangerous today. Ancient Sanskrit texts describe weapons with effects remarkably similar to nuclear explosions. At Mohenjo-Daro in Pakistan, archaeologists discovered skeletons lying in the streets, many holding hands as if struck down suddenly. The skeletons are radioactive, and the stonework shows signs of vitrification that would require temperatures of 1,500 degrees Celsius, consistent with nuclear explosion effects. While mainstream archaeology attributes these findings to natural phenomena or modern contamination, their consistency with ancient texts describing advanced weapons technology is striking. Genesis 6:4 mentions mighty men and men of renown in the pre-flood world. Evidence of their architectural achievements may survive in megalithic structures worldwide. The Great Pyramid of Giza contains 2.3 million stone blocks, weighing up to 80 tons each, cut with precision modern technology struggles to replicate. Even conventional archaeology admits we couldn't reproduce this today with the same precision. At Baalbek in Lebanon, the Temple of Jupiter contains stone blocks weighing up to 1,650 tons, heavier than modern cranes can lift. How were these quarried, transported, and positioned with perfect precision? Similar megalithic architecture exists worldwide, from Sacsayhuaman in Peru with its perfectly fitted 200-ton stones, to the massive underwater structures at Yonaguni, Japan. These structures suggest a global civilization with advanced technology for cutting, moving, and placing enormous stone blocks with precision beyond our current capabilities. Genesis 6:4 mentions the Nephilim, offspring of the sons of God and daughters of men who became mighty men of old. Skeletal remains consistent with these descriptions have been discovered worldwide. In 1912, Lake Delavan, Wisconsin yielded skeletons with elongated skulls and heights ranging from 7.6 to 10 feet. Similar discoveries have been made in Ohio, California, and throughout the Americas. In 2002, archaeologists in Greece uncovered a 12-foot skeleton. Similar finds have been reported in Egypt, India, and China. While mainstream archaeology typically attributes these to burial customs or deformities, their global distribution and consistency with ancient texts is remarkable. Recent genetic studies have identified mysterious ghost DNA in modern human genomes, genetic material from unknown hominin species. Could this be genetic evidence of the Nephilim bloodlines mentioned in Genesis? Perhaps most compelling is evidence that pre-flood civilization was global, with shared knowledge and technology. Similar pyramid structures exist on every inhabited continent, often with identical mathematical proportions and astronomical alignments. The recurrence of the same precise measurements, like the megalithic yard, in structures worldwide suggests a common origin. Ancient maps like the Piri Reis map show Antarctica's coastline without ice, something impossible unless the mapmakers had access to information from before Antarctica was ice-covered over 12,000 years ago. These connections suggest a global civilization with advanced knowledge that was largely destroyed in a worldwide catastrophe, exactly as Genesis describes. This evidence challenges not just archaeological timelines but our entire understanding of human history and capabilities. If advanced civilizations existed before conventional dating allows, major scientific paradigms require revision. More importantly, if the Genesis account of the pre-flood world is historically accurate, its moral and spiritual lessons take on new significance. Genesis attributes the flood to divine judgment on a corrupt civilization that had advanced technologically while declining morally. Jesus himself drew parallels between the pre-flood world and our current age. As it was in the days of Noah, so it will be at the coming of the Son of Man, Matthew 24:37. Understanding the true nature of that ancient world may provide crucial insights for our own time. The evidence for an advanced pre-flood civilization aligns remarkably with the Genesis account. From sophisticated metallurgy to monolithic architecture, from global catastrophic geology to genetic anomalies, multiple lines of evidence suggest our conventional understanding of human history is incomplete at best. This forbidden archaeology doesn't undermine true science. It challenges us to follow evidence wherever it leads, even when it contradicts established narratives. As we continue to uncover our true past, we may discover that ancient wisdom contains more truth than modern assumptions. If you found this exploration of pre-flood archaeology eye-opening, please hit that like button, share this video with someone who questions the conventional narrative, and subscribe for more revelations about our hidden past. Until next time, remember that truth is often stranger and more wonderful than the sanitized version of history we've been taught.